What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today I've got Crazy Diamond from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Josuke's stand. So it's a wide page landscape orientation. JoJo characters, mostly big shoulders and stuff, so wanted to fit that in for you. And we're going to start with his helmet that goes across his eyes. So we're up above halfway, right in the middle of our page. So right in the middle, just here, you can do right here, we're going to have the bottom of our V, so it's just a dot there marking that. And then this is going to go diagonal this way. And then this is going to go this way. So just the center of his helmet. Then this is going to come out much wider, so it's going to go this direction. This goes across the top of his eyes, and then it's going to curve around here. Okay. Pretty much the same thing happens over this side. It's going to go across like so, up to here. And this is going to come down inside here as well. Like so. Right, so then in under here we have his eyes. So they're just semicircles. So we're going to curve this around. Like so. So that's the white of his eye. And then we have his iris and his pupil just in there as well. So we're going to just curve this one around. Like so. And then a black dot in here. Like that. Over here we do the same thing. Curving this line around. Like so. And then we do his iris, so another semicircle in there, and then his pupil, just here. Like so. Now, so all in around these eyes is dark black, but we got to draw the bridge of his nose first. So we do two diagonal lines that come down like so. And then these come to a V right in the middle just here. Like so. And then there's lines on this. Curving around. Going up his nose there. It's part of his helmet, this. It's not really his nose, but we'll just call it his nose for ease. And then from the corner of this, we're going to bring a line up underneath his eye and touch that part of his helmet there, and then we're going to do that over this side as well. And then all in here is dark black. Alright, so now the sides of his mask come in towards the center of his face just a little bit more, so we're going to go this way, in like so. Same on this side, in there. And then we're going to bring these down the side of his face. So we're going to go down like so. And down on this side. Like so. Then in here we have a grey part of his mask that covers more of his nose. So comes down, say, from a line just right in the middle here, like so, and then this comes up this way and then up the other side. So we're going to go this way now. It just curves into there, and then this side goes back towards this side of his mask, just up here, like so, and then there's kind of an edge to it on top just here. I don't know if I've said this already, but if I go too fast, just hit the pause button, and I recommend using a pencil first and ink afterwards. Right, so he has a love heart just on his chin, and then his mouth just over it right here. So we'll do his mouth first. So just underneath his mask here, we do a diagonal this way, down in the center, goes across and down like that. Kind of like a letter M stretched out. And then his bottom lip just curves and then goes across the other side. So big bottom lip on JoJo characters. Then that love heart is just underneath, so just underneath his lip. So you do that bumpy top first and then bring it down to a point down here. And then give it an edge like we did his visor up here. Boom. Boom. And then 2 lines for his chin. So just in here, coming from his mask or his helmet to the love heart. So that's his face in there. And then we do the sides of this helmet, coming up around to that big love heart shape on the top of his head. So we'll go diagonal this way. Diagonal this way then, on this side. And this has an edge that goes around up to here. So it's going to go up like so. We're going to follow that line. Up around to here. And then curve in around and touch the top of his helmet there, at the top of his eyes. You do the same thing over here. Following that line up, giving it an edge, and then curving it around into here. Now the sides come out from here, so kind of like a jawline, just traveling this direction, here. And then they go up towards what we could call his ears, but they're not really ears, but they look like ears. So up to here. And then they're like, what would you call them? Pyramids, just sort of stick out on the side. So we go up a bit further, and then we do a spike out this way and back down into his face. And this just has a line going up it like so. Same thing over here. Come out to a spike just out this way, back in towards his head, and then a line in there. Don't worry if they're not even or anything, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I'll leave a line up there. Now, so the sides of his head. So we're going to bring this up, diagonal up to there. And then up, diagonal up the other side, coming from his ear. And then he has those 2 bumps for the top of the love heart. And the center of the love heart is down, let's see, about here. So we're going to do those 2 bumps first. So we're going to bring it around like so. Curving. Then the other side is going to bump around the other side. 2 bumps there. And then imagine this keeps going, kind of like the love heart shape here. So it's going to go down like so. And this side is going to go down like so. And then we bring it to this point down here. So we're going to bring it down to there. And then back up the other side. Like so. Okay, so we got just some lines for metal sort of shapes on this. So 1 there, the middle of his head, and then 2 coming down into there. And then another one on this side, just showing some of the ridges on his helmet, like that. And So that's his head, right? So his neck muscles coming down from his ear, real big neck muscles. One coming down there, one coming down here, and I just need to thicken that up a bit. Right, so one coming down there, there. Then he has a blue sort of tube that wraps around. It's like a necklace, wraps around his neck. So starting here, we're going to wrap it around, coming down like so, and it dips sort of this way. So it dips into here. So his head is sort of centered, but his body's kind of tilted, so we have one shoulder higher up. So that means the center line for his body goes this way. That's why it's not right under his chin. So this line then is going to continue around the other side of his neck. So it's going to go this direction and then up and around his neck. There. And this is a double line, so we have to go again. Bring it around, following that shape. Down to here, wrap it around, bring it back up around the other side of his neck. And then in here we have more neck muscle lines. So say one here, one here, one here, another one here. And then in here we have a shadow underneath his neck. So one there coming up this way. Coming across, down, back up, and under. And all in here is dark black. Okay, so so let's see. Next we'll do his neck. So we did his neck. I mean, we'll do his like trapezius muscles of his neck. So he's got like tubes coming out of his neck as well. So we might have to do them first. Yeah, okay. So let's see. So his trapezius like is right up here next to his ear. So we're gonna go this way with it. Right? And then there's a tube here. So it's kind of like, we'll do the bottom of it first. So it curves around like so. And then comes up the other side, up to here. And it kind of has a curved line on top of it, just there. And then we can just see the rest of his trapezius just coming in this way. Doesn't go too far though. And then this tube is going to go around the back of his head. So it's going to go up this direction. And then it's going to go in around behind his ear, just in here. So it's going to curve around like so. And then it's a double line, so you got to do it again. So you got to go up and around. And this has all sort of curved lines on it. So on there. And then they kind of change direction here. Curve around the opposite way. And then he's another tube coming behind that one. So say we will curve line here. Another line in here. And then this is going to curve behind his head up here. So it's going to go that way. And there's kind of a gap inside, just here. And then that has all curved lines on it as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just there. Now, so we have to do that over this side as well. So as I said, this shoulder is kind of higher up. He's kind of tilted, he's leaned. All these JoJo characters are in a sort of dynamic pose. They're never sort of just standing straight on. So his other trapezius muscle comes right down here. Curving, so it's like traveling back around this way. Something like that. So that's the kind of direction it's going. It's going right down this way. Then the other tube is in here, so you curve it around again, back up, like this, like we did this one. And now, so the tubes are kind of swapped, which one is behind the other one. So this one is actually in front on this side. It just makes it a bit more interesting, I suppose. So this one curves down here. And then we do the outside line. Like so. And then we add all those curved lines on it. And then we can do this one that goes in behind. So it's going to go up and around. Into there. And then it comes back out the other side. So it's going to curve down this way. And then we have to do the inside. So curving. Down like so. And then we have to add those curved lines on it as well. So 1. They change direction at a certain point. So these ones are curving up and then these ones curve down. Like that. So this one is quite a bit lower than this one. See that? And then his trapezius keeps going that way. Then, so on his shoulder, he's got love heart kind of shoulder pads, I guess you call them. So we'll do this one first because we're down there already. So we got a bump, so curve line that way. And then a bigger one coming all the way down around here. So real big, so it's going to go like down this way. And then this is going to keep going this direction. And then it's going to come to the end of the love heart, so like a point here. And then it's going to travel back up, so we're going to go boom. So it's like armor, right? So it's quite big. And then it goes this way. Up, up, up. Like so. And then this side is going to come into here. And when there's a gap here because he has a spike. You could finish it and rub it out after if you're using pencil. But he's got a spike sticking out of his arm right here. Spikes up, down like so. And then this curves around underneath. You could add a line or two just to show that it's a spike if you wanted. And then this middle line for the love heart comes all the way down. So it's going to go to there. And then we have to add the edge. So we add an edge to it just to make it look a little bit 3D. So this comes out from here and it's going to follow that line again. So it's going to go out and around, curving like so. And then it's going to go into here. And this shoulder pad has another spike in here. So we do the top of it, like so. And then the bottom curves around. And you get a line like that. Now, so the other shoulder pad's over here. So it's going to curve right around like this, right close to the tube there. And then this bit goes right underneath. Say all the way down to here. So it's like a letter 3. So that's kind of the line of his shoulder. So we're going diagonal up this way. So one shoulder here, one shoulder up here. And then we're going to bring this one around, down like so. Has the point here like this one. Goes back up. And then we're going to bring it all the way up like so. And about here we're going to meet one of those spikes that stick up. So, although, no, we'll keep going. So we'll bring it around. Like that. And then this spike is like behind, so we don't need to worry about leaving a gap. And then we have a line like that. So then we need to do that edge that's here. So this is going to curve around like so. And then follow that line again. And then we have the spike that's here. So it's spiking off this direction. So we're going to go out to there, back into there, and then do the round bottom on it, just here. And then a line up like that. And then he's got kind of a love heart line going down the center just here. Kind of a bump just for the center of the love heart just there. Okay, so now he's chest armor coming across here. So say the center of it will be just like here. So we're gonna bring this way. The other side is like here, right? And then this comes all the way and touches his shoulder armor. So it's gonna go curving this way. And around into his shoulder armor there. And then it comes out the other side. So it's going to come down this way. And it curves back up into here. So we're going to go this way. And back up into there. And then this has an edge to it. So it's like a double line. So we're just following that edge again. And down into here. Maybe do this sort of shape over here. So this top line is going to go into his chest, just up here. So we're going to go up and down. Just here. Then it comes out the other side down here. Comes down around. So this one is lower because we're on that diagonal line. And then this double line again comes down this way. So he has some extra lines now we can fill in here. So the other side of his trapezius muscle, just there. And then that other side just down here as well. Like so. And then another line in here, and another one coming up here. He's a line just coming across the middle of his chest. And another one underneath, like that. Then he's a line for like the start of his abdominal muscle just here. And then we can just see some of his arm here, and then some of his body, and a bit of the arm down here, but not a lot. So, so we're going to curve this across like that. And then we can see his tricep muscle just there. Curving out, down, back into there. Back out to here. And about here, he's got like, I think it's an elbow pad. So we're just going to curve this around that. And this is going to meet his bicep just here, which goes back into his body. So it's going to come into here, like so. Right, and then there's lines, blue and pink sections in here. So it's like his bicep is like here. That's his bicep, and then you have a gap. And then we can see a blue piece for his tricep. Probably armor on his tricep. And then that elbow pad is right here. So we just have 2 bumps. And then this comes around his forearm. There. And then this comes down to there like that. So that's like the elbow pad thing. And there's like a metal disc just here that goes off my page. You can't see a lot of it. And then his arm is going to continue off down the page there. And lines just for muscles just coming down here. Then the side of his body coming in here, curving. It's a piece of armor curving into here. In like so. And this armor then travels up this way, curves around under that armor, and then give it an edge, make it look a bit 3D. Like so. And then the rest of his body just goes off the bottom of the page there. And on the other side, we can just see a line just for the side of his body there. We can see a line for his abdominal muscle just there. And maybe a line for his other ab, kind of here. And there's a love heart like right at the top of his abs, but we can't see it all. But I might as well add it in for anyone who wants to do it. But you can just see like a bump on top here and a bump on top here. Maybe another line just going that way. Can't see much of it now. That's like an abdominal muscle and then top of it there. And then just some of his arm just over this side. So curved line for his armpit. This goes up into his armor. Then we have some blue armor here. And then the back of his arm, tricep, just there. And I think that's everything. I think. Yeah, spikes. Cool. So I know it's a bit tricky because his shoulders are turned that way, but I wanted it to do... It was the only sort of good one I could find, that he wasn't just sort of looking straight on. So I hope it was helpful. I know it's a bit trickier to do dynamic poses like that, but hope you gave it your best shot anyway. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.